The president now appearing to acknowledge a payoff to a porn star for the first time in financial filings. In a footnote on page 45, confirming he reimbursed his longtime lawyer, Michael Cohen, for expenses incurred in 2016.
President, did you know about the $130,000 payment to Stormy Daniels?
The president's attorneys have said he didn't know until recently that just before the election, Cohen paid Stormy Daniels $130,000 to keep quiet about an alleged affair with Donald Trump, a relationship the president has denied.
You cannot reconcile what the president stood on that plane and said to the American people with the disclosure form that was filed under penalty of perjury earlier today.
The Office of Government Ethics requires these forms to be filed yearly to prevent conflicts of interest. They're not as comprehensive as tax returns, which the president has refused to release, but they do show how much money his hotels are making, like his D.C. property, raking in more than $40 million last year. Some ethics experts worry it's become a magnet for foreign governments and lobbyists looking to get in the president's good graces.
It doesn't tell us who it's coming from, and it certainly doesn't take away the possibility of very significant conflicts of interest.
The filings show Melania Trump's earning power, too. She made money in royalties last year for photos from before her time as First Lady, at least $100,000 and maybe up to $1 million. At the White House, a powerful platform plus a profit. And speaking of the First Lady, she is recovering from that kidney procedure earlier in the week, getting another visit from her husband late tonight. She says she is feeling great and looking forward to getting back home here at the White House soon.
Hey, NBC News fans, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.